Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Book of Patsy. You may be thinking that I'm going to an upcountry or a cold place, but no, we are going to Hambantota this time. So after lots of discussions and quarrels, we have decided to go to a place called Ridiyagama Safari Park. So this is basically not a natural habitat where you guys go inside on a jeep for a safari, but this is kind of like a controlled space of nature where animals were let to roam around, and obviously some dangerous animals like lion, tigers, and elephants have their own space so that they don't get into actual fights like in real wildlife. Okay, so we have come to the place. So basically, that's a ticket. So it's like 1,000 rupees per head, and you had to obviously have to get a safari jeep as well, which costs you 5,000. And there's like 5 or 9 people can go on these safari jeeps. And the prices that I am saying is for the local tourists. So the price may differ for the foreigners as well. So just keep that in mind. So you don't have to like, yeah, you know how it works. So yeah, the experience that we had is, I would say it's good. The place that they have is kind of like mimics the actual wildlife. So actually, it is a wildlife. They have just added some walls and kind of like restricted space, and they are kind of like growing these animals. So mostly they were like rare species, and mostly they have been brought in from South America, North America, and Africa. So, so I would say like instead of keeping them in zoo, um, keeping them in a place like this kind of like gives them more independence and kind of like a real feel of home. So that's what is the idea of this place. So like, so yeah, so here what they have done is like, so they have these routes. So they normally go on these routes, and also you can see gates here and there. I don't think they are electrified, but they are kind of like closes after you go in. And also like for specific cages, you have double gates, just like in Jurassic Park. So sometimes I even thought that it feels like you're going inside Jurassic Park. So first of all, what you're gonna see here is an elephant. I just thought it was a normal elephant, but then I realized that it's an African elephant. So, and I think that's the only African elephant we have in Sri Lanka at this time, in 2025 March. So yeah, that's our first encounter of an animal. And you should see this elephant. This is Sri Lankan one. It was standing there, but it actually started running towards us. You'll see what happens next. So the thing is like, he was in a space where there's a big trench between the actual path that we are going and where he is staying. So he can't climb up and come. So it's not that dangerous. He threw something from the ground as well to us. uh, when in fact like the driver was saying that he's one of those naughty elephants. Yeah, I don't know what's the reason or something. So some of them behaves like that. That's when it gets scarier when you go on safaris and you don't know what elephant is what, or like what mood they are in. So here it's like they know most of the elephants or like most of the animals and how they behave. So it's kind of like safe or like predictable how they kind of like behave. So here we enter the space where the tigers live. So here there's two gates. So this one opens when the gate behind us closes. So here, you could see this is comparably a small space, and they say that they have two tigers living here. They don't look aggressive as well. Um, these animals were being fed uh, like 2 times a day, so they know that they will get the food even if they don't hunt us. So that kind of a mindset. Um, yep. So the driver is kind of like kind of chasing after the tiger, and the tiger does not want to face us. He is not interested in us. But yeah, this is what this is. And there was this nice looking pond. So some of those all the harmless animals were like let alone on the other spaces, outer spaces, so that they can just roam around. So this is one of those cool places. They may roam on meal times, I assume. So yeah, and it looks really like an actual wild itself. And these are wild boars. So most of the time you see this and also the deers roaming around. So we started seeing some elephants which were roaming around. Um, these elephants are also like not restricted in a place. They were going around. So we saw one of them here. I will be seeing more up ahead. So these are the normal spotted deers that you can see in Sri Lanka a lot. Yep, so we are parked here and we started seeing some elephants coming towards us. So we just thought of like just parking it and enjoy the scene. It looks like they have gone to a bath and coming. And they look friendly as well. Anyway, the driver decided to start the engine and like just move in case they started chasing us. So most of the time when people watch elephant or see elephant, it is always the good scenario, but you should remember that there were some unfortunate events as well. After all, they are all wild elephants, so you can't expect them to behave as well. So you can see they actually have created a man-made pond there. It looks like a log, but it's actually man-made. So there were like some water as well. So it's drinking water from that pond. So this should be the pond that they came from. So this is a little further from where we saw those elephants. So it was a bird as well there.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so there are like one more elephant or two. Yeah, two came out of the wild. So we decided to stop and check out them as well. So one of those reasons if you see like they kind of like comes towards the driver is like they try to smell it and see if we have any bananas or some food. And if we actually had, then they kind of like stop and try to take it and let you go. And that's what they are trying to do there. Okay, so some more wild boars here and there. So they are kind of like they are all over the places. And there's a bunch of horses we spotted. Uh, they're also having lunch. So at this by this time it has been lunchtime. So most of the animals were being fed at this time. So we had a chance to see everyone or like all those bunch of animals in a single place.
Indian.
I'm not sure of this deer. They said it's Indian deer. Oh yeah. So I'm not sure what exactly it is. If you know, you can comment it down. And we spotted a peacock dancing, and we stopped for it as well. But as soon as it sensed us, it stopped the dance. And also the weather does not seems like it's gonna rain, but it still danced. That's a good sign, I hope. And also we came to this muddy area where we spotted these two hippopotamus. So they are also from Africa, not from here around. But you can see a lot of them in the Hivala Zoo as well. They are having their lunch. So I think maybe if it was not for its lunchtime, they may be under the water. So I think good thing that we came on the lunchtime to see them. So you can see how this place is kind of like designed. So this specific place looks like it's been replanted with specific trees and stuff to create some space and also to make it look like a wild. So there are like so many different trees here and there. There were monkeys as well, but I didn't see much opposed to how we usually see them around in all the places. And we had some ostriches. They are also being fed at this time. This is an interesting place to see how their neck works. It's pretty strange. Oh, that's a bunch of bulls, I think. Yeah, it's bulls. So you can see the spotted ESSL here and there. They kind of like get together with everyone. Oh, there's a monkey. Yeah. So as it's a feeding time, like everyone is gathering around. Else you have to see or like they'll be like spread around all the places. And this is called oryx.
Orixa.
And this is also not from Sri Lanka. It's also like imported from somewhere else, mostly Africa or the North America. And some of these horses that we saw earlier, they're coming around after the lunch. So in Sri Lanka, like you have actual safaris and also spaces like this where you have animals which we know the behavior of. So if you're kind of like very scared of going for a real safari and want to avoid any risky places or risky situations, I would suggest going for something like Ridiyagama Safari Park, where it's a bit safer and very predictable, and they have trained professionals as well for your safety. Or at least that's what I heard from them. So now we have come to the final item, which is the lion's den. Unfortunately, we were not able to spot as much as many lions. There should be around 6 to 8 lions, but as this is lunchtime, they have gone towards a shade places. And also they have 6 lion cubs at the Diagama Safari Park, where you can see it after you exit this place, where you can actually pet it, but they're kind of like grown up now, so I don't know whether you can touch it. We were not allowed to touch because they're kind of like aggressive already, even though they're cubs. um, so yeah, so after this you can go out and you can do a small payment, and you can pet some animals, and you can feed animals like elephant and parrots. Yeah, and this is another set of people going inside the safari, so this you come and go out of the park. So if you like this content, like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you, and bye bye, here next time.